What they find excuse?
Everybody waste life among the same thing. Only say for Ijesha, you know, be can't pa be. Who say anything only say for? Our people, you want wicked. They are very wicked. Okay, Mr. Yomi, ẹjọ́ tó di Ọlọ́run mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan fún yín. Ṣé kò sí bí bàbá Ijesha ṣe lè fight back ni? Ṣé mani woman lọ jaduro ni? Ṣé kò sí bí wọ́n ṣe lè ṣe kó mail home office wọn ni.
Ẹ máa wòran bọ̀.
Kai. Wọ́n máa ń ṣe àyàn tó rí mo lọ kọ́tù several times dáadáa. Àkọsẹ lọ láti learn mi ba wọ́n máa ń ṣe nǹkan beyond the reasonable doubt. A lot of people mọ̀ tún mọ̀ òyìnbó yẹn, even tó kàwé gan mọ̀. Because kádájọ́ tó dájọ́ wọ́n fẹ́ bá yé ẹni kejì jẹ́. So tí àwọn prosecutor bá lè ṣe nǹkan beyond the reasonable doubt, Ọlọ́gbọ́n máa fẹ́ nìyẹn sílẹ̀ ni. Torí ní time gbà yẹn ṣẹ́rí ẹni tó jẹ́ president wa lónìí Donald Trump. Mo máa ní kan lọ́gọ́ ó set yẹn up rí. Kò tí di president gbà yẹn lawyer lẹ́ni tó set up rí. At the end of the day lawyer yẹn fraud. Ṣé believe pé wọ́n arrest lawyer yẹn òun gangan náà lọ charge but bí ipò lówó lọ́wọ́ ó san fine ó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. So ní America wọn kì í set yẹn up. During that time mi mọ̀ pé àṣẹ the same thing yẹn tó bá lọ wo TVC kí ni Nàìjíríà kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ television Ọbásanjọ́ àmúlẹ̀ Ọbásanjọ́ Tinubu náà gbà yẹn wọ́n gbà wọn lawyer méjì kan wá torí mo follow ẹ̀ up àwọn náà ní torí àwọn journalist yẹn béèrè ipe ṣé wọ́n lè set yẹn up wọ́n ní nínú constitution nínú kí ni Nàìjíríà law yẹn pé wọ́n lè set yẹn up tó bá set yẹn up wọn kì í gbà wọlé.
Mo mú àwọn èèyàn sọ pé bàbá Ijesha wà careful. Mi ò fẹ́ káwọn èèyàn máa sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn. Ṣé ẹnìkan wà láyé tó jẹ́ ọkú kan dádúró tẹ́ máa sọ pé wà very careful. Ṣé Mohbad wà very careful? Mohbad kan nìkan ó ní màá jẹ́ kán mú mi even if na die minute. Ṣé wọ́n mú ni? The same Mohbad yẹn kọ́ ló ń bú Tonto Dike tó. Ṣé Mohbad máa Tonto Dike ni? Ó ní sẹ́ẹ̀tì àwọn Tonto Dike. Ó ní mo yá ferege. Ṣé kò máa àwọn Ìyábọ̀ Òjó ni? Ẹ wo tábà ti jí ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbàdúrà kọ́ lọ́ má jẹ́ kí ayé kó mú wa. Ṣé bàbá Ijesha ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe rẹ̀ kó wà very careful ni? Wọ́n ti nínú gbogbo ẹ̀ pa ni. Ẹ mọ̀ sọ wá ní bàbá
If you are careful in this world, if you run into anybody careless,
kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè bọ́ sí pápẹ́ àwọn olórí burúkú yẹn. Ṣé wọ́n pa Mohbad tó bá jẹ́ pé Mohbad wà láyé tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n ni Mohbad lọ ṣé àní máa dúpẹ́ báyìí ni. Tó bá jẹ́ pé wọ́n pa tó jẹ́ pé wọ́n lọ ṣé àní máa dúpẹ́.
Àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ ṣé wọ́n mọ bó ṣe kú ni? Ṣé wọ́n mọ yẹn pa ọ̀bọ yẹn? Kò protect ọmọ yẹn. She didn't protect the girl from Damola Adekola since 2020. It was even in the same house, and now investigation that were accused of Ijesha. The girl was questioned and she pointed the authorities to say, this is the person sexually abusing me, one brother Damola, and the security of our house. The police now realize that, oh, Damola Adekola abusing you since when? She said a year before. Did your mother, princess, know about it? She said, yes, I told her. And the police realized that, madam, why didn't you even tell us about this Damola Adekola? Why did you keep this girl in the vicinity of this guy again? Who are you? They said those ones are not crime. And then they arrested Damola Adekola. Police were doing their job. And then suddenly, Damola Adekola wrote in his statement, said, she's my girlfriend. And then at the point, I can tell you for free, what he said was that if they take him to court, he didn't have sex. He agreed he has sex, but it's not with a 14-year-old. That he will prove that the girl was actually an adult if they charge him to court with Baba Ijesha. And lo and behold, when they were going to be charging them to court, we just realized that Damola Adekola is now walking free. Make it make sense, for heaven's sake. And do we have parents in this country? Do we have people that have conscience? Why would they allow him to go? If princess, the government and the police want to stand with the 14-year-old, why should the person that was arrested in the course of an investigation, in the same victim, same complainant, same investigation, why did they allow him to walk free? Why your conscience is not telling you that? Are you hiding something? Are you trying to pervert the way of justice? Are you trying to satisfy social media? Are you trying to satisfy? This cannot be the temple of justice. And that's where the pain is. So if they can allow Damola Adekola to walk free, despite his confessional statement, then you should be able to say, why are you doing that? In this, later in the same investigation, So where is our conscience? Why would anybody want me to keep quiet?
Okay, Mr. Yomi, thank you very much for this clarity.
What do you have to say to that?
I don't have anything to say. I've asked my question. You've answered me. That's okay.
Okay, it's okay to allow Damola Adekola to walk free.
Sorry?
Is it okay to allow Damola Adekola to walk free?
You know, concerning the court of law, since you said the court
Madam,
all of this
you have to have something to say to it. You have to have something to. That's why. Don't ask talking you answer you because you know that is actually it's not going to favor you.
Hello,
so you don't have anything to say about
I said I'm talking.
Say something about it. If you don't want to say anything about that one, you go sit down.
I'm talking.
Say something about this one now. You actually answer you. Say something about it.
Can you hear what I'm saying at all? I said I'm talking, please. I'm still talking, you're shouting. Hello, I'm sorry, Mr. Fabiyi. What I wanted to say was that since you said the court.
Hey, madam, please. Madam, don't tell someone Don't tell someone on this platform that you shout. That's it.
He was shouting. Why would he shout?
You're not supposed to tell me that you shout.
You shouldn't shout at me.
Let's allow her to speak.
I'm still talking. Then you listen. You don't listen. That's what you
She asked the question.
Very mute.
What I'm trying to say is she asked the question. If she's okay with the question, she doesn't have anything to say to what Mr. Lisa. It's fine.
I'm still talking anyway.
That's her opinion.
No, she's sorry. If you want to come from here,
go on.
As I was saying, I said, since you said in the court of law that they saw that the other guys you mentioned, their names are also guilty. So why do you think they left them? And then, okay, I don't want to ask this as a question now because
Let me correct that. You're not listening.
I am listening. I was saying
I never said the court of law. I never said the court of law said Damola Adekola was guilty. You're not listening. They refused to charge him to court to balance the temple of justice. Because if they should charge Damola Adekola to court, they will realize, number one, that Princess Oti enabled Damola Adekola to continuously abuse that girl. Or they cover her up. And like KG, Damola Adekola was going to go to court to say, I didn't have sex with any 14-year-old. Even if Lagos State government charged me that I was have sex, yes, I admitted in my statement to the police that I have sex with her. There is evidence against me. But he was ready to prove that the sex that I had with her, at the time you claim Babaji also touched her, I didn't touch a 14-year-old. He was ready to prove that the girl was an adult. And at the end of the day, it's now make no sense in a sane society why Damola Adekola was not even arraigned by Lagos State government. These are the things I would want the Attorney General to have addressed when she was speaking, or this media should ask him. Now, we heard from Yomi Fabiyi in his report, in his post, he talked about that a Damola Adekola was allowed to walk free, despite the fact him admitting to having sex with the same 14-year-old. Can you, in your honesty, tell us, the Attorney General, why your ministry said he doesn't have a case to answer, or why is he not in court? Maybe then everybody will start reasoning along that. Then punish. Then you should be able to try Damola Adekola. But I am telling you, my honor, it is obvious that Damola Adekola was going to fight his innocence and prove to the court that I did have sex with a 14-year-old. If he established before the court that the girl was an adult, then that is a serious crime. Even the girl will be going to jail. And all these people shouting pedophile, touching the minor, will keep quiet. Despite the fact that I still want everybody that abused children to be punished. Everybody that abused minors sexually should be punished. But in this case, if by allowing a confirmed person, so majority of people talking about this case are speaking of isolated evidence, not the general truth that you all know. And that is one of the impediments that is hurting this country. You will be looking for adjective to nail people that are speaking the truth. He has done his time. When I said officially out in my statement, it means he's been to prison and officially he is out. That's an official release. They know that I'm speaking the truth. I only have to come and explain, okay, that while he was in prison, he went to court of appeal to remove the remaining 4 count charges, but particularly the one that borders on him indecently touching a minor, having sex, I didn't do all that. And it was cleared. That was the statement I wrote. They know that is a statement. Even if I write it that way and they feel it's ambiguous, he is the law officer. They can buttress and explain better. Why make it look like I've committed a crime? Because majority do not know that this person has been cleared of having sex with the girl. The only thing to bought officially was sexual assault.
Mr. Yomi Fabiyi, sexual assault, not too. Assault no is not a good thing. But the only thing.
But that's the only thing. You understand, madam? If somebody is accused of one day for another year, to them gbogbo ite so pe nbo sun ohun ti kokoro body e o ṣẹlẹ̀ irọ́ lọ́pàá tó bá clear pé kò ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣé ká má sọ ni. And this person is facing different allegations. The one to wait, because you want me to say he has been guilty. Meanwhile, the princess just cooked it up. I can tell you on my honor. Because evidence even princess don't get go. She didn't even come put herself as a witness. Yes, when my daughter was 7-year-old, I noticed she was defiled and somebody penetrated her vagina and I took her to hospital. She said I did not notice anything. So the fact remains that I'm talking about 2 different incidents. 7 years ago and when he was entrapped. And the 7 years to carry her is still the process of the law.
A lady came out yesterday. Lady Koni, I've forgotten her name. I think she's a theater practitioner as well. She came out yesterday and said, Baba Ijesha has had these kind of things before. Are you aware about that, sir?
You didn't mention
the name. Has been doing this.
Stop bringing people up. Everybody's okay.
I don't have the name of. If you have said the name of a person, I didn't know the video you're talking about.
The woman's name. Okay, I'll try and find out. Then I'm still on this platform.
You know what? Chess.
I'll find out.
The woman's name. She's a I'll find out. Teso, I just want people to understand one thing. Hold on, sir. I want people to understand one thing. I would never encourage, enable sexual abuse on children. I have been fighting for children, fighting for women more than. I can tell you a larger percentage of my colleagues. What we are looking at is, if you are representing human rights, everybody has got their rights, including Enitaba Suko. Nigerians don't have the basic education and knowledge. Majority do not understand that human rights does not belong to just any victim. Even a complainant, even a defendant, the accused person, only right it here. We live in a society that would believe we are not even raised with the basic knowledge of human rights. Men along come school. Everybody just believe about to go on social media. Anybody to commit a crime, any follow pattern. Even when people commit crime and they are going to be released back into the society, there is a way the society must approach them. You must accept them back because prison is not is to correct. It's a correctional center. Sure. These are the basic knowledge that we have to keep in mind. So people, the basic knowledge I want to need degree. Even our public servants, they need more knowledge to be passed, more national orientation, to let people know that the prison is a correctional center. If somebody does something wrong, you send them to prison to say, don't do it again. But are we going to be denying the fact that people are being sent to prison on false accusation? Bible got to for an instance of Joseph. He went to prison because he was accused of attempted rape that he never committed. That doesn't mean the Bible was supporting rape, but it's telling us that it does happen. Michael Jackson was accused of abusing children. He was acquitted totally. People stood and gave him support. So when we talk about the real aspect of law, education, I am not looking for people to love me. I am not looking for people, just do right by my side. If you are a law officer, do your job. If you are a police officer, do the right thing, be honest. Don't be selective. Don't look at sentiments. If at the end of the day, all of you as women would accept that it is okay for a mother to deliberately ask an innocent, if truly the girl was 14, that submit your body to suffer PTSD. Submit your body to suffer trauma because I want to gather evidence. I am saying to you there is no propensity. You don't do that in any sane society. It's not acceptable in any law. Any child protection law does not give room for anybody to do that. This woman keep shielding, hiding the true fact. You can't continue to encourage such a woman. Because we will not be the end result. We are talking about people. And this women will public figures, they put up some sentiments and samples, antecedent to copy and then pretend this woman deliberately want to destroy Baba Ijesha. 7-year-old will stand as a witness. She can't even stand and say, I witnessed it. So where were you? That a 7-year-old was defiled under your roof. Oh, demo. Okay, why did you refuse to tell the police? Why did the police and this Ministry of Justice, why did this Commissioner of Police not charge her? Why are you doing? You don't know Baba Ijesha, 7 years incident. Now the Damola Adekola, before you set Baba Ijesha up, you knew about Damola Adekola. You knew about your security, okay? What are you using this girl for? Why didn't you tell the police? These women are not saying, are we dealing with a maniac here? Is she having a mental problem? And they are just talking about why did Baba Ijesha touch? Baba Ijesha has right to sexual feelings. If you set him up with flirting, he's likely to fall. President of America fell for flirting. And change the age. If you want to contend that she's 14, prove the age and let us know. I can tell you for free. There is nothing to prove that the girl is truly 14. Emi or anything. I'm not convinced that the girl is 14. I can tell you for free, it's my opinion, is my own stance. Emi Orio, if you follow case, I didn't sit on social media to be talking about a serious crime like this. I followed through and I was expecting that the justice system will prove to Baba Ijesha that you actually touched a 14-year-old with documentary evidence. Nothing was proven to the man. What of Princess is 14 year old, and you want me to keep quiet because I am going to be scared of people attacking me? For what? For what? So all these things, we just have to understand that people's angle, other areas, must you even put laws into your hand? So if the law is working, why is it not working against Princess? Why is it working on just one person? That Princess is a maniac. She has mental health problem. They will put children around her again. And then she will repeat the same nonsense. How did it happen? Because people said what you did with your foster daughter is legitimate. It's okay. Which I am saying, nobody should do that. Don't do that. The debt we owe every child is protection. And Princess never come honest in protecting that girl. Not even speaking the truth when she did speak. And she was even concealing serious evidence. Even the CCTV, they would have seen how the whole thing was planned, how they coached the girl, how they tortured Baba Ijesha, and the judge would have thrown the case out. They covered it up and they put up nonsense out there. I say, when we see genuine cases, we want to pursue it. What we want to do as a society to stand by genuine victims, not all this one orchestrated. And at the end of the day, tomorrow the girl will do a podcast and say, do you know that I was meant to lie by my foster mother? I was an adult when they used me to be Baba Ijesha. Then the whole society will start saying, let's create a GoFundMe for Baba Ijesha. Must we continue to do this nonsense? That's what we're saying. So,
yeah, good morning, everyone.
Sorry, one after the other, please. Golden, hold on, incredibly, hold on. Oh yeah, Golden, ask your question.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Yeah, Mr. Yomi, God bless you for the good work you've done and everything. My own question is, which effort are you trying to make to guide Baba Ijesha after being freed now, not to fall that victim again? Because these people, they are ready to go extra miles to make sure he ends behind bar again. For Princess to come out after barely 24 hours, to come out and rant again, because I see that at a rant, because calling him that this person should not move near your house, should not load schools, hotels. If you see him, he's a rapist, he's a that, she's still bitter. And they can go extra miles to even make him to fall victim of such again. So which effort have you talked to Baba Ijesha, and which things are you making for Baba Ijesha not to fall victim? He's not married, and the flesh will still demand for so many things. Like he might but hope they won't set him up. Which effort are we trying to make not for him not to fall victim again? And do you have people around him that can just be guiding him? Because you are not always available. So which effort have you put in place so that Baba Ijesha will not fall victim again?
Please clap for him. That's a very wonderful question. Please clap for him. The reason why I said they should clap is because this is how sane people think. If the justice system gave him an opportunity to come back into the society, we have a duty to ensure that he doesn't fall into a repeat. Naturally, you would have expected that the correctional center he went to, he would have learned a lot of lessons. But of course, the society, we all have a role to ensure that while he is reunited, we embrace in a way that a repeat does not come up. And people, but when you look at now that angle that you said, that they could set him up again, because they know he has the natural tendency to have feelings. And now, the trauma is, if he wants to go into any relationship, whether with a 22-year-old, whether with a 40-year-old, the question will be, is this not a trap? Are you not going to be coming up to say, I rape again? But the best thing I can only say is, he should just get married as quickly as possible. If he finds somebody who understands him, who likes him, who believes that he's a human, and he has been to the prison, and he has learned more lessons. If he finds somebody who believes in him, that likes him, that he should just go ahead, get married, maintain that relationship, and avoid sescapade. Because if you are married, or if you are unmarried, and you are dealing with any woman, you can fall the same victim Baba Ijesha fall into. Even parents now is so dangerous. We just saw a father being accused of sexually molesting his own children when it did not even actually happen, just because there is a scorn of a woman. And when people hypocritically, if it is also direct sexual abuse on a child, we understand that, this is a genuine victim and genuine predator, punish him. But when we see organized crime, it is important for a society to be careful and say, what if you just want to destroy this person's life? Because all these things that you put up is ingredients of somebody that wants to destroy somebody. And it could be that it's an ingredient of somebody who is trying to put the laws into their hands to catch a predator. We can't easily say, yeah. You knew about sexual abuse of your neighbor on the same girl. You didn't report to police. 7 years since then, you didn't report. Different. So how do you want us to quickly believe this one that you just planned up? Even if the man fell for the trap. So, and if it was adult to adult, then you cannot continue to say that this is a pedophile. They both acceded. The girl agreed to be in that spot. She knew there was a camera. So anybody saying there was no consent are just hypocrites. Consent will not be cool. Camera and capture. What other consent are you expecting? She knew even if it doesn't touch me, I'll make him to touch me. So they enabled. The enabler is a princess. And these are the things that we don't want in our society. And I will speak the truth to any police officer, any government, any Ministry of Justice. You must condemn this act and you must prosecute it. Failure to prosecute it, it's not going to make any sense to me. The entire case will make sense to me. Because at the end of the day, which one are you doing? Are you selecting the crime you want to do in the same case? What is the rationale? If the Attorney General want to explain, they should explain to us why Damola Adekola is allowed to go. Why all the crimes committed by Princess is not prosecuted. Then let's see if it makes sense. Then I'm okay. Just for the betterment of the society. Let's say what crimes the Princess commits, could need to be prosecuted. Crimes the Damola Adekola commits, could need to be prosecuted. If they explain to all these people claiming to be mothers, the new justice seekers fighting for children, then we'll hear from the Attorney General. Not to be saying, I said appeal court release. Why would I say appeal court release, Baba Ijesha? But appeal court, they freed him of that crime, which was what I said. So that is what we should be looking into as a society. So he has learned his lessons. The only thing I can do is advise him, be careful. But he's an adult. He's in a tricky situation. You understand? But I can only speak generally like this. Everybody should be careful. If you have anybody you like, you want to deal with, ask for the age first. And ensure that you are on the right side of the law before you go down with anybody.
Mr. Yomi,
I have something to say, sir.
Please, can I quickly just say something? Then I submit. I can go down for others to come in. Thank you for giving me the platform to come up. Mr. Yomi, to be honest, I love the way you speak explicitly and clarifying a manner of things. But some things are not clear. You know, any man can fall, and the time and method could differ. And I'm of the opinion, Igbe, we are on the edge of castigating one another, even when all of us, we are part of the menace in our society. Oh. It's a pity that our society is full of corruptions and bitterness. And we also tend to bring one another down instead of complimenting and supporting and boosting each other. But come to think of it, I wanted to ask you this question, but before I ask you, I want to say one or two things. I wanted to ask, lawyer will not defend Baba Ijesha? Because to me, lawyer Tiambani, we have table predicament on ground. So the table be, okay, what are the evidences and how do we go about these evidences? Because if you are telling me that on prove age or moyen, another sentence Baba Ijesha, that is wrong. And it also shows the porosity in our justice system. It also shows the porosity in our justice system that we don't have a fair society. An individual can just come up with anything just to bring another person down. Don't any resources, don't any carcass, don't that will bring anybody down. But my own concern is because in fact, because tí wọ́n fi ṣe gbogbo nǹkan tó ṣe yẹn ṣé kò sí chat lórí phone ṣé kò sí understanding between òun àtọmọ yẹn then kí ni àwọn evidences because ó tún show pé judge gan ó tún show pé okay bàbá mi.
The point is Princess lo message Baba Ijesha, I want you to come and shoot a movie with me, and gave her that place as the location. She sent a WhatsApp message and an Instagram message, and they were tendered as evidence before the court, and even the government did not even negate it. They know it was a genuine bait which she used. And as a matter of fact, luring an innocent citizen when you're not in law enforcement is a criminal offense. Don't lure somebody to come and commit crime. Don't do it. Now, there was no conversation between Baba Ijesha and that girl. Princess deceived the law enforcement that 7 years ago, Baba Ijesha didn't go. The same Baba Ijesha know where you live. He didn't come to do anything until the interest now came up until you invited him to come and shoot movie. Now, the point is this: the girl confirmed in court that why were you closed the door with Baba, why you were alone with Baba Ijesha in the house. You locked the door with you and him. And then you didn't go anywhere else. You are now a grown-up. You know your right from your left. You could walk away from the house, you could scream, you could do anything. If truly you are still paying. Now, when you are left with Baba Ijesha alone, in this video we are looking at, you lock the door. Your mother said, come and lock the door. As at that time, your mom said, come and lock the door. Both of you knew that there was a camera that is already installed to record. Now, you locked the door. You didn't go to your room. You didn't go to another chair. You came back to sit beside the same Baba Ijesha. Do you understand? It shows that the girl was already groomed and she knew what she was doing. That is an organized crime because the police are not involved. The police denied that they are not involved. And I'm like, why is the government and the police looking at this and say, this is a crime you have committed here, Princess too? If they have arraigned and charged everybody involved in this case, the authentic truth would have been established. Number one, my brother, I need to tell you one of a pain. There would never be a reason to even accuse Baba Ijesha of having sex with that girl, because at that point, the truth would have been established that the whole 7-year story would have been removed and say, sorry, you are not speaking the truth here. We can't take it. Because you yourself, nobody is the witness. You yourself, if truly it happened, you would have reported to the police. And then immediately, now look at only 7 years, Baba Ijesha. You didn't tell the police. Now, they call out to share a year to set Baba Ijesha up. Go and look at her excerpt online. She said she sought the face of God. Set it Baba Ijesha up. And people are not even ready to know that. Do you have anything with Baba Ijesha before?
Kini lawyer Baba Ijesha. Kini lawyer Baba Ijesha. Pull out to defend the Baba Ijesha. Because you know why I'm telling you this? Like, when you talk about the incident, a lot of Okuloti were in prison for this kind of issue, for nothing. And where come will buy because onpa a lot of nations, onpa a lot of destinies. But kabamu ikbe okay, ishele. I don't want you to look at it only from the angle of setup alone. I want you to look at it from the angle of... They did everything.
Incredible.
Yes,
the lawyers, they did everything. It was in the only thing the Lagos state government, so what we believe Baba Ijesha did what he did as at that time was the statement, confessional statement. See one on file. Send you somewhere. I repeat, Baba Ijesha commit a crime. I am saying, 7 years ago. They don't know, they believe, and they saw Baba Ijesha's signature. So they are good to go to say, yes, he committed a crime. By the time they trial, they won't realize we look statement to Baba Ijesha. They only gave Baba Ijesha to sign. And the police presented it as if it was Baba Ijesha that wrote it.
Was it in English or in Yoruba? Sorry to interrogate you.
In English.
In English. How proficient is Baba Ijesha in writing English or in writing sentences in English?
He didn't write. He wasn't the one that wrote it. Say.
Because if it is that, the lawyer should also be able to prove and defend him on that note that he was not the one who wrote that.
That's what I'm telling you. When the trial was on, and they put it before the police officer, Margaret or something was her name. She had about 16 years experience, 14 to 16 years experience as the IPO. And then she was able to accept that, yes, I was the one that wrote the statement. And they said, why did you write the statement for him? He said, she wrote it under caution. Okay, now, you wrote it under caution. Under the administration of criminal justice law in Lagos State, if you are writing a statement on behalf of a suspect, you must admit it in a language that he understand. You must be asking him a language that he understand. And when you finish writing for him in your own handwriting as a police officer or whoever, you must put your name, append your signature. Then there must be a witness to show, because then you go sign. It's like that statement becomes an invalid. And I can tell you for free, during the trial, they stepped down that statement, say, no, we're not going to be admitting it yet as an evidence against Baba Ijesha. They went into trial within trial. And when it was time to now give ruling, the statement was admitted to the surprise of the court. And the senior advocate, they challenged that, what is going on? The law is direct. This statement can't, because it's already flawed. If it is not flawed, you would order that there should be trial within trial. Now that they admitted the statement, you're like, what's going on? The judge said, calm down, am I worried? That you only attach weight to it at the end of our verdict. Do you understand? So most of these things, it's not that because we're trying to save our society.
Yeah, but I'm looking to come down. I want to come down so I can give other people a chance. I just want to say one last thing more. Sherry, I want to ask you, I see it as an unfair judgment on one part of the organized crime. And because if you say Baba Ijesha touched that girl 7 years ago, it must have been that he might not even have touched that girl based on the fact that it was an organized crime. But because he signed, and based on want to work or statement on his behalf, but Kusentuma, to fair, platform Mr. But one thing I just want to ask is that do you want to fight it? Are you going to fight it? I know you have served his sentences based on assault. But on the other end, seeing it as an unfair approach or justice that has been served in a way that people have already seen as an organized crime, do you feel that it is worth fighting for? Because you can fight this and you can prove the justice system wrong in what they have done about not putting some evidences in play before they actually concluded. But the assault part, I know he has served this, but this is an unfair judgment that has been given. And the organized crime needs to be brought to book, because or else something like this will happen again to another man.
The only way we can go about it is like I said, I saw the the reports or the press conference of the Attorney General. The only thing I can do is to appeal. We all want a better society, and they should understand that humility is needed in any position of public office. They should look into their own plight, and go back and arrest Princess, prosecute Damola Adekola. If Damola Adekola is being prosecuted, then you realize eventually that the truth will be brought out, because an attempt not to prosecute Princess, they won't be able to establish the true age of the girl. But if they prosecute Princess, they would have to say, you need to prove the age of this girl. And then, why did you conceal? Why didn't you tell the police? Is it okay for you not to tell the police about the incidents of Damola Adekola? She didn't say it after she said anything about it after Ijesha was arrested. So why did any parent, any mother would support such a woman that you are hiding all the sexual abuses against this girl, even the ones that are under your nose? How can you look at that kind of individual and you enable that? She's just gallivanting, she's just bitter, she wants to destroy souls, she doesn't care who she uses.
Mr. Yomi. Mr. Yomi.
Hello, sir. Go ahead, please.
Okay, sir.
Please wait. Please let power tap and engage live Ejo to the power tap Ejo to your long.
Okay, no problem.
You can continue.
Okay. Me, I'm going to say this in Yoruba so that we can understand ourselves very well. Ejo sir, Sherry, in content of person pe Ọlọ́run ọba tó ti kún yín láti ilẹ̀ kò ní fi yín sílẹ̀. And secondly ni pé Ejo, mo fẹ́ try kẹ́ wá láti sit Baba Ijesha down, because those people are not ready to back up. Wọ́n ní láti wọ́n fẹ́ fight man yìí to the end, as in wọ́n fẹ́ end the career. She understand? And wọ́n lẹ́ni tí ò bá léyàn ó lọ́lọ́run, ẹ̀yin dẹ̀ tún ní Ọlọ́run ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì Baba Ijesha báyìí. Ọlọ́run bò dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ yín náà sílẹ̀. Nǹkan tẹ́mi rí nínú ọ̀rọ̀ yìí ni pé justice yìí ó wà selective. She understand? Báwo ni police ṣe máa kọ statement fún yàn tí wọ́n wá gbé fún kókà tó fún wọn á sign sí? You understand me, sir?
Pray lọ́wọ́ ọlọ́pàá yẹn pé kí ló dé tó ṣe bá kọ́? Can't he write by himself? The police officer said, and I quote, that when we brought Baba Ijesha into the station, the DPO said we should go and obtain a statement. I took him to my office. I offered him chair. He was too weak to sit on the chair. He said he is okay to sit on the floor. And because the DPO said I should obtain a statement, I have no choice than to obtain the statement in that condition. And that was where the judge felt like, you did in that condition. And then when you now wrote the statement for him, you presented it as if he was the one that wrote it, because they made him sign as if he was the one that wrote it with his handwriting. That is where you cannot blame the Lagos State government. That was what they saw. They saw an admission of crime by Baba Ijesha initially in that statement, that he did what would naturally send him to life imprisonment. The pain don't kawara bi lara to fe twist gbogbo publication mi ni pe ẹni tí wọ́n ti sọ pé ó ti bọ́ ọmọ kékeré so wọ́n mọ̀ pé ó kéré jù pé wọ́n ti fẹ́ ṣàánú ẹ̀ rárá wá fún bí 40 years. Àbẹ́ wọn gbére. Wọ́n wá rí pé etí wo làwọn ayé ṣe fẹ́ gbọ́ pé ó ti wá jáde don't celebrate pé then definitely the government and the courts saw some truth. That's why they were able to give a very reasonable sentence. Ìyẹn ló fẹ́ yí mọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ tán ní mi sọ pé appeal báwo. In on the next good day, I will continue to speak my truth. I have pare. Ntemi tẹnu mọ́ yìí, mo follow mabura. Èkó yẹn máa better. Gbogbo alájọ lọ́mọ ńbẹ̀. Tell me about care pa ọmọ. Tó jẹ́ pé sentiment in social media. You think they care about children. I know in my conscience that I care about children. I protect and fought for women in the whole lot. Ìyẹn ló wà important to me. Not comment section on social media. Ta ló wá kọ́ yẹn like. I don't want anybody to like me. Just do right by my side. Gbogbo àwọn artists don't like that. Tó bá kú lẹ́ni tí wà kọ́ realize pé nobody will come to your grave. Flower yẹn kan ní bí wá síbẹ̀.
I swear.
Èmi lèmi kọ́ bá máa tọ̀. I want to live a better life. I want life to get better for my children and the innocent people, my fans, everybody. Ilé ayé tiẹ̀ better. Tí bá wọn kọ́ ló jà fún ìta àṣà lóyìnbó. Àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé àwọn tó wà lóyìnbó yẹn wọ́n mọ̀ pé gbogbo nǹkan tí princess dánwò yẹn tó bá dánwò ní England kò ní jẹ́ èèyàn mọ́ láyé. Now the question is, ṣé ọmọ yàtọ̀ sọmọ ni? If she can't be doing it in England. If she try all those nonsense, kò sí justice system tó máa fún láyé. So ẹ wá wò pé ọmọ yẹn Nàìjíríà wọn ò gẹ́ èèyàn. That girl does not have kò ní semblance of dignity in Nigeria. But to buy the same girl the same incident pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó orchestrate ló ṣẹlẹ̀ nílò ìbò Princess will never even come close to any charge ẹ̀wọ̀n ló yìí máa wà life in prison méjì ló máa dóde pẹ̀lú other charges and at the end of the day a ní àmọ́ bóyá òótọ́ ni èjì ọmọ why will you even falsify kí ló ṣe prove èjì ẹ kàn fi ẹnu ẹsẹ̀ lẹ́fi sentence lẹ́fi ìyà jẹyàn ẹ̀ ẹ̀ fẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀.
Mr. Yomi ẹ ṣé gan ni God bless you sir. Mo wà ní program kan tẹ wà ń bẹ láàárọ̀ yìí àtàná yẹn ló wọ́n ti block mi látàná yẹn because I will tell the truth. Àwọn èèyàn kan ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ ni pé àwọn ló bímọ everybody has a child and everybody loves a child and the percent to support child molestation nobody supported it. Nobody abiyamọ kan kò sẹ́ni tó máa support it.
They know we don't support. They know I don't support.
Now,
they know.
What is set up? Come and setting up. We need to go against it in our dear country, Nigeria. Ẹ wo kan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní bọ̀tán gbálá níwáyé mo ka news kan sìn kó ṣì wá sọ pé fídíò oògùn wọ́n lò fún wọn pé èèyàn kan sọ kí ló ń gùn sí orí pitch ní àwọn Dr. Kongo yẹn pé that's no affect wọn which it could happen ó lè jẹun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà náà it could happen ó lè jẹun ló ṣẹlẹ̀ ó lè jẹun ló lò fún mo máa sọ fún yàn má gba orí lọ́wọ́ ẹni tí ó máa bá yé ẹjẹ́ gbẹ̀yìn be careful with people.
ọ̀rọ̀ ńlá ni o.
Don't rely on people too much because they are giving you something you've made them your God they can destroy you if you offend them.
Ìgbà tí princess yẹn ṣe fídíò ni ìwọ tó lọ fi ọjà di ọmọ ẹ mo máa ń gbọ́ Ọlárìnwájú I try my best I put you in school ẹni tó ló jáde ọmọ ẹ ló máa ṣe ó tún pọ̀ Ọlárìnwájú full as if you are still sexually connected. I say what's all this nonsense.
Mo ti sọ fáwọn èèyàn if people are helping you máa fi gbogbo ojú máa fi wò wọ́n paná ojú kan and be very very careful. Bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà was not careful ó ti dára dé àwọn people jù ó ti wà too loose kò mú ara ẹ̀ èèyàn ní pé kò wọlé ó dẹ̀ wọlé ó dẹ̀ tilẹ̀ kò ń lọ I'm telling you kò sí friendship tó lè tó yẹn wàá jáde náà wà ní no why where were all of you going àfúnra náà ọmọkùnrin ò tó òun ló fi fọ́ victim yẹn kò sí nǹkan tí kì í ṣẹlẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ dùn mí fún bàbá yẹn. àwọn kan tó bá gbé sorry sir àwọn kan tó bá gbé sókè if you are not very careful they will destroy your life. Anything any allegation before you can set a camera to monitor an event ọlọ́pàá gbọ́dọ̀ mọ̀ sí ó yẹ kó ti rí consign to the ọlọ́pàá pé báyìí ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nílé mi o but I have not gotten full evidence. Can we plan this? Can we use plan A, plan B?
I will support you. I will demonstrate. Coach me that I'm saying this.
Can we use plan A, plan B? ọlọ́pàá ló máa instructing pé go and do this. There was nothing like that. So we are giving judgment by ourselves in our dear country. Ó dé lè ṣẹlẹ̀ anybody. Àwọn ìdájọ́ ara wa bàbá ṣe mọ̀yàn tó bàbá ṣe níyàn tó àwọn punish àwọn ṣe tó wù wá tẹ bá dé àwọn platform kan tẹ bá dé àwọn platform kan èèyàn kan sọ ó ní ẹ̀kọ́ lọ pa àbáyẹn ni ó lè kọ́ fìbọn kọ́ fọ́ ó bí wọ́n ṣe ń jáde ó yẹ kọ́ pa direct ni ó yẹ kọ́ ṣe gbá kan báyìí ni direct ni ó yẹ kọ́ ṣe gbá kan direct ni àwọn look at okay àti ó ti jìyà ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ àti mọ̀ kó ti jìyà ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ 5 years ìyẹn náà máa kọ́ lọ́gbọ́n ẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tó lọ sẹ́wọ̀n náà
3 years 4 months náà
3 years so ẹ̀ tó lọ sẹ́wọ̀n gbóná ẹ̀dẹ̀ ó dẹ̀ wálẹ̀ ẹ̀dẹ̀ gbégbàm how to realize mistake we should all know but on to ti release ẹ̀ ẹ̀ tó wá jáde ẹ̀ tún dictate fáwọn life àwọn èèyàn pé ẹ má fún nílé o ẹ má jẹ́ kó rìn sọ́dọ̀ yín o ẹ má gbàgbé àlọ́dọ̀ ẹ má gbàgbé àlọ́dọ̀.
Imagine irú wickedness as a scorn yẹn.
So that means it is not even into ṣe yẹn kan that means it's a planned work ó ti yẹ ká mọ̀ pé ẹ plan pé
Mr. Isaac ẹ ká tẹ gbà pé publication tèmi wrong ṣebí wọ́n tó ló pé rẹ̀ ní princess ó mọ̀ pé ó ti lọ serve time ẹ̀ ó ti correct ẹ̀ ó ti jẹ̀yẹ̀ ṣẹ̀.
Ó ti correct
question center. Ṣé wá more punishment for him? Wèrè tí ó yẹ kó tiẹ̀ filẹ̀ láàrin èèyàn gidi. Ṣé èèyàn gidi máa fi irú princess síbi tọ́mọ ẹ wà? Ẹni tí ó nà ní ọmọ tó bá mọ báyìí ọmọ ni tó jẹ́ ìrora ọjọ́.
Ẹjọ́ má bínú sá.
Oníṣẹ́ ọmọ lọ́mọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Ẹjọ́ àwa à ń lọ síbi iṣẹ́ ẹjọ́ jẹ́ kí n kàn sáré sọ 1 minute ẹjọ́ má bínú bros. Mr. Yomi mo mú àwọn èèyàn sọ pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà wà careful. Mi ò fẹ́ káwọn yẹn máa sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ṣé ẹnìkan wà láyé tó jẹ́ ọkú kan dádúró tẹ́ máa sọ pé wà very careful ṣé Mohbad wà very careful Mohbad kọrin kan ó ní màá jẹ́ kán mú mi even if na die minute ṣé wọ́n mú ni the same Mohbad yẹn kọ́ ló ń bú Tonto Dike tó ṣé Mohbad máa Tonto Dike ni ó ní sẹ́ẹ̀tì àwọn Tonto Dike ó ní mo yá ferege ṣé kò mọ àwọn Ìyábọ̀ Òjó ni ẹ wo tábà ti jí ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbàdúrà kọ́ lọ́ má jẹ́ kí ayé kó mú wa ṣé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ọmọ nǹkan tó ń ṣe rẹ́rù kó wà very careful ni wọ́n ti nínú gbogbo ẹ̀ pa ni ẹ mọ̀ sọ wá ní bàbá
Ìjẹ̀ṣà careful in this world if you run into anybody careless.
Kò sẹ́ni tí ò lè bọ́ sí pé àwọn olórí burúkú yẹn ṣé wọ́n pa Mohbad tó bá jẹ́ pé Mohbad wà láyé tó yẹ pé wọ́n ni Mohbad lọ ṣé àní máa dúpẹ́ báyìí ni tó yẹ pé wọ́n pa tó yẹ pé wọ́n lọ ṣé àní máa dúpẹ́.
Àwọn tẹ́ ẹ̀ sọ ṣé wọ́n mọ bó ṣe kú ni ṣé wọ́n mọ yẹn pa wọ́n dẹ̀ find excuse.
Ẹ wọ́n bá ṣe waste life ọmọ lọ́mọ the same thing wọ́n lè ṣe fún bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà yìí náà bẹ́ẹ̀ kankan pa bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn kò sẹ́ni tí wọ́n lè ṣe fún àwọn people yìí wọ́n wicked, they are very wicked. Okay, Mr. Yomi ẹjọ́ torí Ọlọ́run mo fẹ́ sọ nǹkan fún yín ṣé kò sí bí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ṣe lè fight back ni ṣé mọ́ ní woman yẹn lọ já dúró ni ṣé kò sí bí wọ́n ṣe lè ṣe kó mẹ́lì ọmọ ọ́fíìsì wọn níbí.
ẹ máa wòrán bọ̀ gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì UK ṣì máa bèrè ọ̀yìn máa pọ́ máa bèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé set camera or not.
That's why
that girl asked he was 14. What did you do to protect her against? And Oti sọ pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà predator ni. You said you are aware. Why did you leave them together in the house? To come on, and when you know your camera was rolling, see UK government, but Thomas is reasonable. Then we know. I won't tell that in Nigeria. Camera roll. Ọmọ yẹn náà ti mọ̀ pé camera roll. Ó dẹ̀ sọ pé 40 year old ni. Ó wá filẹ̀ ó ní ó ń bọ̀. Ó dẹ̀ filẹ̀ ti bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà. Ẹ dẹ̀ ní yóò ṣe set up. Àárín ìdílé kan wà ní UK government máa bèrè àwọn olórí footage video yẹn. Video yẹn. Àwọn ń jà fún ọmọ kékeré. Ṣé báyìí ṣọmọ kékeré nìyẹn?
Mr. Yomi, she coming out.
Ó láwẹ̀ ó ṣe kíní kan.
Ó fẹ́ fi ṣe
ó tiẹ̀ láwẹ̀ ẹ̀ tí ọ̀nà sáà.
You know what I'm saying?
Enablement yẹn ọ̀nìkà bá sọ̀rọ̀ pa ẹ̀. Princess is okay. Tó bá gbèsè wájú investigator ní UK. Ó ti lọ́gbà sáyẹn. Wọ́n á sọ straight up.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ moderator, good morning.
Mr. Yomi.
Mo ń gbọ́ yín sà.
Ṣé àwọn tó ń ba Èkó yẹn jẹ́ àwọn ọmọ àlè àjòjì tí ó yẹ pé wọ́n bí sẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí ì sọmọ Èkó 80% ló ń ba Èkó yẹn jẹ́. Àmọ̀ràn tí mi máa gbà ní Donald Trump tó bá fẹ́ wá jà wọ́n lọ nọ́ọ̀tì nìkan kọ́kọ́ bá wa wipe àwọn ọmọ àlè kó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Donald Trump Èkó ní kó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ àlè kọ́kọ́ wipe gun ọ̀dànù lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ yẹn àwọn náà ń ṣe jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ ju àkàrà kan ní kò jù síbẹ̀ kó kọ́kọ́ bí wá pa ìlú pa wọ́n rẹ́.
Mr. Kunle
ẹ báyọ̀ kọ́ ṣe yẹ gbogbo yín Mr. Jerry.
Mr. Kunle ṣẹ́rí tá a bá ní good government ní Nàìjíríà yìí àìsù ẹ̀mí ìmàlà.
Kíni tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà yìí, let's say the truth, it's a set up. I said it from day one. I swear to God Almighty. Nigeria is man or man. I swear. Ẹ wo former Senate president yìí, deputy president yìí tó fẹ́ lọ lo kíní fọ́ọ̀mù ẹ̀. Ṣé wọ́n hang gbogbo wọn ni?
Exactly.
If it's in Nigeria, 100% gone. Ó ti lọ. Ọmọ máa pe phone call ní tó ti mu tea ni. Let it go. Ẹ pọ́ pin ẹ̀ down ni ó dẹ̀ serve ní uptown. Tí wọ́n bèbí ẹ bá ṣe ní Yankee tí mo wà ìwà láì. O máa kọ́ wà nulẹ̀ náà kó tó dájọ́. Ó lè dájọ́ ẹ̀ fún 17 years kó ìwà nulẹ̀.
Ọlọ́run.
I know what I'm saying. Nigeria is just crazy. It's a crazy country. Man no man ni.
Àní tọ́ba ọlọ́pàá bá jẹ́ gbọ́ pé tọ́ba tiẹ̀ rí ti bàbá yẹn ti Dàmọ́lá Adékọ́lá yìí kí ló dé tó tún cover yẹn.
Ọmọ mọ̀.
Wọ́n ní you are a terrible mother.
Ọmọ lọ wo bí sí ọmọ ẹ láti day one. Ta ló bí tọ́ba mẹ́ tó bí. Kí ni age ọmọ ẹ to start with?
Bàbá ṣe tí wàá fún yín láṣìírí kan ẹ kàtẹ́ gbà pé òkè pé ní UK 14 ni. Tọ́ba akọ́ rí pé wá complain fún wa pé bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ṣe ọkọ ló ṣe set up. Wọ́n wá realize pé neighbor tẹjọ wà nílé tiẹ̀ ń bọ́mọ yẹn sùn ó mọ̀ kó ń bá sùn. Ó tiẹ̀ ṣe kọ́kọ́.
Kọ́kọ́ wọnú ilé náà.
Wọ́n á kọ́ wẹ̀ can you just shut up?
Ebi ló ń pa yàn lu yẹn, ó dẹ̀ máa ń fi agbára yàn lu yẹn ni.
Gbogbo àwọn èdè tó ń pera wọn ṣe ìyá gidi, wọn mọ pàtó pé caring for children in general. Ewu ètè mi ń jà fún yìí, èmi ń jà fún general children.
Tọ́ba fẹ́ wọlé ní airport ẹni abroad, London, Yankee, Canada, wọ́n máa ń sober ni at the port of entry. Go and ask them, they sober, they will never fall on the front apá wọn láyé. Wọ́n máa kọ́ wọlé ní kọ́ máa ga pa ni. Tọ́ba fẹ́ wọlé ní port of entry, go and check all of them, máa ń bá wọn pàdé lẹ́nu ọ̀nà.
Ọmọ ń jẹ́ to be oko pope.
I swear to God, mo ti pàdé governor, mo ti pàdé, ọmọ sober lẹ́nu ọ̀nà ni. Because àwọn eléyìí ò ràn yín, ọmọ drill yín ni. What are we talking about?
Àti ẹbí tẹ̀fẹ́ kí Nàìjíríà bẹ́tà mi ò gbọ́dọ̀ ìwò celebrity.
Bàbá mi ọmọ mi ti wà ní 27 ti sọ kó máa scatter anybody máa struggle for àwọn Nàìjíríà ni. Anybody máa struggle ni. Òwò everybody ń ṣe yẹn. They don't say the truth in that country. Owó foundation wọn owó, decking wọn owó, roof wọn owó, painting inú bẹ̀ owó. So that's why
táìsì owó náà.
So they cannot settle láyé. So ẹ gbàgbé nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe. You try your best. Let me be honest with you. There is one show, on blog that you just left. I was in that blog on FYP. On attacking by I told you to calm down. On attacking because they don't want you to say the truth. Fine. To mess up, I tweet fuck up Baba Ijesha. For president to come out again, go bet me, quote me, over hard to prove asylum any. You will now tell them to go online. I know what I'm saying. The automajade. Over if more proof, that's why he came online. I know what I'm saying. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Daniel ọ̀tí mo sọ yìí, ó máa jáde síta, ó fẹ́ fi gbàgbé ni. Kò dẹ̀ mọ̀ kẹ́bi tó ń lọ, ẹ̀ máa prove it wrong. Ẹ máa ríran wò náà. Ẹ ká filẹ̀ ẹ ṣé bàbá mi.
So thank you so much, Mr. Jerry.
All right.
Let's just continue to be
Almighty,
the best
can
we
we?
can
I
all
mean,
around our
amazingly, can we have you, please? Amazingly, please.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Before I start, Mr. Yomi Fabiyi, good morning, sir. It's an honor to meet you. And, in fact, I'm very happy this morning I'm here. And I think if more people like you are in Nigeria will be a better place. There is no motion with law. You said something that is very key, which is what I said yesterday when I was on the panel. Anything that is premeditated is illegal as long as police is not involved. And matter, we all know that, we see the highlight on the wall, we all know that Princess only used this to punish the innocent man. We don't know, I'm not saying it's this or it's that, but as the story played out, it was a punishment. And it's a pity that, I'm also a human rights activist like you, sir. It's a pity that the Nigerian system has made a lot of innocent people suffer today. Imagine what you told us now, that they wrote a statement for him, and they admitted that in the court of law. It's wrong. I believe, sir, I'm very sorry to say, sir, that your work is not yet done, sir, because you've done very well. In fact, you need to be celebrated. But, sir, you still need to help this man to fight for what he has suffered for, because he has suffered for what he did not do. To me, he has suffered for what he did not do. And like the Mr. Jerry said, if it's a Senate climb, I'm talking from the UK, Princess should be in jail. If you claim the child is a minor, thank you very much. You don't expose a minor to those kind of situations and go scot-free and still have the audacity and temerity to come out on social media and say you
subjected a minor to that.
Yes.
And women are claiming, are supporting.
Yes.
The animal they form
Don't do that.
Look at that Princess. We have to speak the truth to ourselves. Shanity, she can use anybody to achieve her aim. I won't believe that that's what buying your. Any celebrity accused of sexual offense.
Sir, if not because Nigerians are gullible, I'm sorry to use that statement. The video alone has told us everything we need to know. The video alone has shown us everything. The video alone.
No.
And about the video, we already know what the video is about. We also know the story.
And it was so shameful. One of these hosts, can you consistently saying that it is okay to use a minor to bait a man, a predator. I said in a sense.
Even sir. I've done child courses in the UK. I've done a lot of child courses in the UK. Even in Ireland there. There is something we were taught. Even the I don't know, I forgot their names. Young guys. They use dummy accounts on social media. They use dummy
accounts. Go about it. You don't involve children.
Yes, you don't involve them. I talk to you, blah, blah, when they catch you, they'll tell you it was the dummy account we use. So you give me with child, blah, 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 blah. They will never, yes, they will never expose a minor to that kind of thing. And yet, because it is a child is involved, people want to be sentimental. Oh, this is no. We are not saying they should not look at the law, but we should look at the law squarely, honestly, truthfully,
and not selectively.
Yeah, so sir, please, I don't know, because I know you've done a lot. I watched one of your videos. I don't know if you can remember, and you will remember because you are the one that did it. You were somewhere in a room, you were hiding, or you were hiding here, something. I felt for you. I was like, why is this man going through all this? I don't know if you remember the video you posted online.
I know. It's the cost of justice. It's part of a drill.
I believe your work is not yet done. I believe you still need to fight for that man, because I feel his level of literacy again was used against him.
Yeah,
they used it against him. It's very glaring. It's a story I followed keenly. They used it against him.
You know, when you speak about things like this, all these disgusting individuals, they would find a way to want to label us and make it look like, if you don't speak in their own sentiments, if you don't come out and tell them that, they think like everybody must sleep and face the same side, and the fact that you don't just isolate that particular incident alone. That you are,
sir, that is why we are where we are today.
You are a sympathizer to it. It's just like all these things does not make any sense. Even the constitution is not going to. Normally, our constitution does not look into Baba Ijesha's case alone. The normal constitution of Lagos State and Nigeria will not look into the act of Baba Ijesha alone. If it was an active and working constitution, it will look into video of Baba Ijesha, Princess, Damola Adekola, role police, but
yes.
Their own constitution is just looking for when we have terrible majority looking and arrogant with ignorance. Using the justice system to persecute and select.
It's wrong. It is wrong.
It's preposterous. Maybe you subscribe to. They should have tried the case openly and get us the truth. So I think.
Thank you so much, sir. God bless you,
Bobby,
sir.
can we have you, Bobby Wheezy, please?
I'll take the last question because I got to go and freshen up, eat, and do some other things. Let me take the last.
Wheezy, are you there? Okay, if he's not there, Temi, are you there? Temi Ebenezer.
Sister Shabi?
Yeah? No, not you.
Okay.
Bobby Langpet, Bobby O'Down. Sorry, Tilu. Let's have
In the absence of that, let me just take my leave. You guys can continue with the conversation. And let's continue to protect children wherever we can. No law allow that anybody should.
Last beginning to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I cool Aquero. Share case yẹn. Èmi follow ẹ back to back. I don't lọ court ni. But mo kàn realize pé social media àwọn èèyàn mi ò ní kúrò nínú ilé. Nǹkan tí wọ́n bá ti gbọ́ láti ẹnu àwọn celeb wọn àti àwọn online celebrities yẹn ká sọ bẹ́ẹ̀. Ìyẹn gangan náà máa mú mọ́wọ́. Nígbà tí ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn dé point kan, mo realize ọ̀sánjọ́ kan mo realize nǹkan kankan. Mi mọ̀ bóyá nǹkan tó yẹ kí n sọ ni. Inú mi dẹ̀ bàjẹ́. Abiyamọ lèmi náà o. Tó bá dẹ̀ when it comes to children matter, èmi náà mo orí mi ṣe kíní díẹ̀ o. Bó ṣe wá rọ́rọ̀ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ mú láti ọ̀dọ̀ princess kò tójú ọmọ yẹn dáadáa. Gbogbo ẹni tó bá lọ sí kóòtù yẹn fúnra rẹ̀ tó gbẹ́jọ́ lẹ́nu gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ẹ máa mọ̀ wípé ẹni tí ò ní rú ẹni ò lè mọ iye ẹni.
Amazing question.
Ìwọ ló ní meeting ní Sábó. Ó wá fi ọmọ lọ ti Dàmọ́lá Ọlátúnjí ní flat yẹ.
Oní kó máa wo game tó play. Kó lọ stop.
Wọ́n wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé time wo lẹ́yìn wá béèrè lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ pé time wo gangan là ń sọ̀rọ̀ nípa ẹ̀ yìí wọ́n ló tó bíi 9 or 9:30. Ó lọ fi ti Dàmọ́lá. Then before that time gbọ́dọ̀ pé wọ́n dà pé wọ́n ti mú Dàmọ́lá yẹn gan pẹ̀lú ọmọ yẹn rí pé bóyá yà pé ó ń bá ṣe nǹkan kan tó lòun gbá létí àbí nǹkan kan. After that time.
Ọlọ́wọ́ ẹni gbóhùn ọtí lẹ́nu ẹ̀.
After àgbà yẹn náà ń sọ o. Ṣé o ti yẹ̀yìn abiyamọ torí ẹnìkan wà ní comment section sí tó ní group of àwọn kí ló pè é sìn. So tí ẹnì kan kó máa gba ìpè tó lọ́wọ́ máa ṣíà ìpè kọ́lọ́ mi wàá gbàdúrà àwọn ènìyàn ìdáríjì o. Tẹ bá tí wọ́n fẹ́ gbọ́ nǹkan ó ní ibì kan tí wọ́n fi bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà sí tó ti pé bẹ́ẹ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n mú yẹn ó ní ibi tí wọ́n fi sí mi ìfẹ́ dárúkọ police station yẹn very popular lébùté mẹ́ta. Tẹ́ ẹ bá wọ ọbẹ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n wà ní offices táwọn wọ aṣọ àtàwọn tó wà láràndì ìjọ yẹn gangan ni mo rí àrísà kéèsì òkè ni mo jókòó sí àwọn ọlọ́ngbà yẹn. Tẹ bá rí nígbà tí lady ó ti máa ń wọ ọbẹ̀ lady ti máa ń wọ ọbẹ̀ wọ́n ti máa ń yìn wọ́n ti máa ń ṣà àrè point tí ọkàn tó bá ti wọlé báyìí wọ́n kàn máa wúrà kọ̀ọ̀rà báyìí ọjọ́ yẹn gangan bí pọ́lọ́n fẹ́ wò pé táwọn ya máa wo ohun tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ kò ní yè kankan ó ṣàmà ní nǹkan táwọn yẹn ti rí ó ní nǹkan kan tó ti lu sí wọn lọ́wọ́ ọjọ́ yẹn gangan ni mo mọ̀ pé Olúwa má yẹ ká já hánlé ayé yìí ṣe rí kéèsì yẹn Ọlọ́run ló mọ bó ṣe rí because nígbà tí wọ́n ń béèrè ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn náà wọ́n ní script conference ni wọ́n pe àwọn wá fún nígbà táwọn lọ ṣe ń bẹ̀ káàtẹ̀ ní pọ́kùnrin ò lè ṣàìmá jẹ ọkùnrin lè ṣàìmá jẹ ọkùnrin tó yẹ pé jíjẹ yìí náà ni ẹ wá worú ìgbà tí bọ̀dá yẹn wọlé nínú CCTV tán wọ́n ní CCTV ní ṣáà tó ń sọ fún wa yẹn nígbà tán wọlé ó dúró síbi iwájú báyìí ó ṣọwọ́ báyìí àmọ́ tó ṣọwọ́ sí ó jáde nígbà tó jáde tán ọmọ yẹn wá dìde ó wá lọ tilẹ̀kùn yẹn pa ìgbà tó ọmọ yẹn fẹ́ lọ jókòó tó dandan ni kí wọ́n àti bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà jókòó sórí iṣẹ́ àkànnà rẹ̀ ó wá lọ rún wọn jókòó báyìí pípé tó gbogbo nǹkan yẹn kí níyẹn ò ní ọ́díò wọ́n ṣàlàyé wọn gbà kan bẹ́ẹ̀ láwọn ò rí ni bóyá ní kò jù báyẹn lọ ni bóyá ní fóònù làwọn fi ṣe oríṣiríṣi tí mo kàn fẹ́ sọ ni pé kó ní kálukú tọ́jú ọmọ ibi tí wọ́n máa fọmọ sí kéèyàn mọ ibi tó máa fọmọ rẹ̀ sí tí wọ́n bá ń pa yín ìwà tọmọ ẹjọ́ máa jẹun nínú ilé kẹjọ máa mú gàrí ní ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ yẹn nígbà tọmọ yẹn náà wá ṣàlàyé má bìí kún take time in court ọjọ́ yẹn gẹ́gẹ́ máa tún rí a lot of things ní láti jẹ́ psychologist àti ọmọ nǹkankan wọ́n ní kó Ọlọ́run dáríjì mi wọ́n ní kó describe bí kinní yẹn ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ tẹ́ bá rí bọ́mọ yẹn ṣe ń rọ́ọ̀nà nígbà téèyàn sọ super story àbí téèyàn ń ṣàlàyé Ben 10 pẹ̀lú ayọ̀ àti ìdùnnú at least àwọn olùkàwé o but at least even gan máìdùmá gan tí ọkùnrin bá gbàgbéjà rape èèyàn tó máa ń wá ṣàlàyé ọ̀rọ̀ á tó time kan tó yẹ pé àwọn èèyàn gán mọ̀ lára pé kíní yìí ó ń rọ̀nà bí ìgbà tó ń rọ̀nù kíní ni ibi gbogbo ọ̀rọ̀ tó wá ń sọ wàá dùn mí nígbà tó wọ́n ṣòwò ẹ̀ fún wa ní o wọ́n nífà wọ́n gbọ́ wọn tó ní kámẹ́rà gan wọ́n tẹ̀yẹ kán ẹ má mú nǹkan kan jáde níjọ́ yẹn wọ́n wá ní ọjọ́ tí kíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ tó tún narrate ibi tó ní narrate ọ̀rọ̀ yẹn ni o nígbà tí kíní kẹ́ wá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán wọ́n ní lọ́yìn bí rẹ̀ pé ń bolójókòó sí nígbà tí ló ṣe ọmọ yẹn ní immediately ń sáré wọ bedroom ni ń lọ clean up ká sọ pé wọ́n sọ pé 7 years nígbà yẹn lọ́mọ yẹn ń sọ ńgbà yẹn ń sáré wọ bedroom ń lọ clean up kò sọ fẹ́ni tó ń bá gbé bọ̀ báwo lọ́mọ yẹn ṣe wá mọ̀ pé tí nǹkan báyẹn bá ṣẹlẹ̀ tán wà sáré wọ bedroom ni wà lọ clean up ni nígbà tó wá dé tó clean up tó padà dé níbo ló wá jókòó sí ó ní ọ̀dọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ wọn náà ló jókòó sí ní pálọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ló ń wò wọ́n ní ojú ọ̀bẹ náà ló padà jókòó sí oríṣiríṣi ẹ̀kọ́ tẹ bá ń gbẹ́ wò pé ṣé móvì lélẹ́yìn ni àbí kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n Ọlọ́run nìkan ló mọ nǹkan tó wà láàrin yẹn téèyàn ò mọ o ṣùgbọ́n observation tèmi kéékèèké tí mo rí nípa kéèsì yẹn nìyẹn tó a bá fẹ́ fún yàn lọ́mọ tó ká mọ ìtàn fún lọ́mọ tó ṣe àwọn tó máa ń ṣe irú iṣẹ́ tó ń ṣe yẹn entertainment kìíní kan yẹn kò ń sáyè púpọ̀ wọ́n bèrè ìyá ọmọ yẹn dà kan lábùjá àbí kan lọ́wọ́ lábúrò òun ni Àbújá ló wà ìyá ọmọ dà wọn disclose orúkọ ìyá ọmọ wọn ti in fact wọn paná bí ẹni bí ihe ìjẹ náà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ náà ti débẹ̀ yẹn wọn paná bí tó bá ti fẹ́ bọ́ sí ọ̀rọ̀ pé ń bèrè ìyá ọmọ yẹn kí wọn paná ẹ̀ mọ́lẹ̀ ni so Ọlọ́run ṣàánú o oníkàlùkù tọ́jú ọmọ ẹ̀ fúnra ẹ̀ ló ti dáa jù torí tó bá ráyè fọmọ yẹn ẹni tí ò ráyè tara ẹ̀ yẹn tẹ́nìkan lọ fọmọ tì mọ̀ pé ní náà ti máa lẹ́nu lẹ́sìn ẹ̀mí pé bó pẹ́ bóyá ìyá ọmọ yẹn náà máa jáde níbi kan tó bá wà tí inú Ọlọ́run bá tídọ̀ Ọlọ́run bá bá a wá ṣàlàyé tẹnu ẹ̀ ṣe. Thank you very much.
Ẹ káàárọ̀. Ẹ wo kíní yẹn mi sí ẹ mọ̀ bó ọkàn ṣiṣẹ́ rí l'Amẹ́ríkà yìí wọ́n máa ń ṣe àyàn torí mo lọ court rí several times dáadáa àkànṣe lọ láti lẹ́yìn mi dẹ̀bà wọ́n máa ń ṣe nǹkan beyond the reasonable doubt a lot of people mọ̀ tún mọ̀ òyìnbó yẹn even tó kàwé gan mọ̀ because kádájọ́ tó dájọ́ wọn fẹ́ bá yé ẹnì kejì jẹ́ ṣe tí àwọn prosecutor bá lè ṣe nǹkan beyond the reasonable doubt ọlọ́gbọ́n máa fẹ́ nìyẹn sílẹ̀ ni torí ní tẹ̀gbà yẹn ṣẹ́rí ẹni tó jẹ́ president wa lónìí Donald Trump mo máa ní kàn lọ́wọ́ ó set èèyàn up rí kò tí di president gbà yẹn lawyer lẹ́ni tó set up rí at the end of the day lawyer yẹn fall ṣe ìbílẹ̀ pé wọ́n arrest lawyer yẹn òun gangan náà lọ charge but bí ipò lówó lọ́wọ́ ó san fine ó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ ṣe ní America wọn kì í set èèyàn up during that time mi mọ̀ pé àṣé the same thing ẹni tó bá lọ́wọ́ TVC kíni Nàìjíríà kí lórúkọ ẹ̀ tẹlifíṣàn Ọbásanjọ́ àmúlẹ̀ Ọbásanjọ́ Tinubu náà gbà yẹn wọ́n gbà àwọn lọ́ọ̀yà méjì kan wá torí mo follow ẹ̀ up àwọn náà ní torí àwọn journalist yẹn béèrè pé ṣé wọ́n lè set yẹn up wọ́n ní nínú constitution nínú kíni Nàìjíríà lọ́ọ̀ yẹn pé wọ́n lè set yẹn up tó bá set yẹn up wọn kì í gbà wọlé one another one okay gba tí wọ́n set ẹ̀ up minor ni wọ́n set up torí tẹ́ báyìí táwọn eléré bá ń fi minor wọ́n máa ń fa àgbàlagbà ṣe minor ni ẹ gbọ́dọ̀ fi minor ṣe sexual something àgbàlagbà lẹ gbọ́dọ̀ lò tó máa ti ju 18 lọ ní máa ní kó wọṣọ kó ṣe bí minor torí mi ìmọ̀ bá dájọ́ yẹn ṣe dájọ́ yẹn torí àwọn adájọ́ yẹn ó yẹ kó máa lọ sí abroad bóyá London Germany America Canada kan lọ máa learn béèyàn ṣe máa ń dájọ́ and ẹ dájọ́ fún bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà ẹni tó wá bọ́mọ sùn kọ́ mi ò sọ pé tí bàbá Ìjẹ̀ṣà bá ṣe kí wọ́n má dájọ́ fún bọ́ ẹni tó bọ́mọ sùn sọ that mean pé is a plan work dájọ́ fún torí wọn ni wọ́n bá maybe it's true wọn ni wọ́n bá spam nídìí ọmọ ẹni tó wá bọ́mọ sùn kọ́.
Wo ti jẹun.
Prosecute ẹ tó bọ́mọ sùn ṣe anything fún màmá ọmọ náà tó ṣe pé negligent ni ṣe nǹkan kan ẹ wo ìlú yẹn yóò ṣe nígbàgbọ́ ní justice system.
Hello, sir.
Sir.
I'm very sorry for jumping in, because the issue you are discussing is very fascinating and highly of very great interest. Ni mo ṣe ní kí n kọ sáré wá sọ kí n kọ. Harry, on Baba Ijesha case, àwọn tó sọ pé Baba Ijesha ṣe kíní, wọ́n sọ ni, ó ti lọ ó ti dé o, but personally I need to hear from Baba Ijesha. Ó ní right àti discuss and láti analyse nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀, ẹ ti serve punishment, but all I can say ni pé Baba Ijesha need us now more than ever before. Looking at the body language and the manner at which
during that time ẹ bè lọ́wọ́ kí lórúkọ man tó kúrò bí Yomi àti kejì ẹ kan báyìí mo fún 100,000 gbà yẹn lady kan báyìí ní group ta ni wọ́n jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ lórí.
the attitude and expressions of his accusers ó dàbí pé ó ní high degree of vendetta, bitterness, hatred.
You are correct.
Bóyá kẹ̀ ó ti ṣe nǹkan mi tàn wọ́n pé yes vengeance is now and they are using that.
and ẹgbọ́n nǹkan tá à ń tí kan báyọ̀ kọ́ sọ́nsìn bá ọmọ gbogbo wo lè mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ 7 years ago.
èmi ò tiẹ̀ ní interest inú ọmọ yẹn àbí kíní kan déètì lọmọ
7 years ago báwo lọmọ yẹn kéré ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀.
ẹ má bínú ẹjọ ẹ káàsán everybody.
ẹjọ wọn ó ní ìtumọ̀ kan sáré lọ.
No, this is not J4M. This is Baba Jesha case. Now that one is different. Even though it's J4M go, no, everybody can be anywhere. John to your long, please.
àwọn tó ní myopic mentality yẹn lẹ. What I'm trying to say, ibi tí mo ṣì ń lọ, àmọ́ àbí tí mo fẹ́ yìí tí mo bá yìí tiẹ̀ ẹ máa mọ̀. Now ṣé rí gbogbo kíní wọn yẹn until I hear from Baba Jesha tó wá jáde fúnra rẹ̀. Ṣé àwọn pé lóòótọ́ wọ́n lè ní psychology. Mo sọ kíní kan ní ọ̀dọ̀ Àmọ̀rí ní last week. Mo ní ẹ wá ẹni tó máa ń wa mọ́tò lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ tí obìnrin bá gba ìgbà yẹn ló wà mọ̀ pé o lè bẹ̀bẹ̀ fún anything under any condition. Ìwọ kọ́ ló jẹ̀bi you are driving. Obìnrin kan gba ẹ. The way tó ṣe máa react ní títì wà á máa you start begging pé ẹjọ́ màá bá yín fix ẹjọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run ẹjọ́ á kúrò níbí báyìí. For Baba Jesha trying to beg pé ẹjọ́ ẹ pa mí sílẹ̀ ẹ má pa mí síta that has not ratified or that has not convinced me bó ṣe kìíní yẹn until I hear from him. Ṣé ní nǹkan tó deal di argument mi and support mi òun lélẹ̀ lórí ọ̀rọ̀ J4M yìí èmi àti bàbá we went and we met with AIG tó wà ní zone 2 that was last year. Ó wá jẹ́ ìgbà tó jẹ́ pé kéèsì yẹn le gan ìyá Mohbad was there. Ọlọ́yà yẹn wá AIG yẹn wá pè wá ó wá ń sọ fún wa pé wá the way you allow people to be meddling on this matter on social media you might not get the justice o. Ó ní ó wá sọ ó ní pé ṣe rí Baba Jesha tó lọ sẹ́wọ̀n ó ní ṣe rí 80% nǹkan tó ti Baba Jesha tẹ́wọ̀n social media talk ni ó ní nǹkan tí wọ́n rí ó ní nǹkan tí wọ́n rí tó lè fi convict ẹ̀ kò ju 20% lọ ó ní but 80% social media validation òun ló view the judgment yẹn pé we should be careful the way we manage news and situations on social media nítorí narrative social media may destroy a case ni wọ́n wò pé ọlọ́pàá mọ̀ wípé mánu yìí ó ní there is a benefit of doubt over the accusation but they play to the gallery. Ẹ wò nísìn èmi ò tí ọmọ kọ́ àṣì ní commissioner of justice àbí CJ ní Lagos state pẹ̀lú gbogbo nǹkan tó ti ń ṣẹlẹ̀ tán ti ń sọ but the moment tí Yomi sọ wípé Baba Jesha àpilẹ̀ lọ sustain ẹ̀ ló jẹ́ kó fi ẹ̀ immediately ẹni tá a kì í gbógun ẹ̀ came out ẹjọ́ àwọn wo ló wà lẹ́yìn àwọn wo ló wà ní àrò tó ń rú igi síta àwọn wo ló wà ní àrò tó ń jẹ́ kí smoke yẹn máa jáde.
mo get nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ is true wọn kì í dáhùn sí nǹkan mi o wáyé tó ṣe lọ dáhùn sí ilé ìwò yóò
wọn dáhùn sí nǹkan kan rárá eléyìí kò tiẹ̀ jẹ́ pé 24 hours.
yeah Sherry it's already plan work you have a point big point.
He just all of a sudden he just came out just because ẹ̀rígbẹ́ statement yẹn jáde ní ọjọ́ tí princess tó wọ́ta tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ pé kò sábìlì kankan he was calculating and analysing òun ni ọ̀gá wa Pedro lọ sọ̀rọ̀ jáde. You can see that gbogbo kìíní there is a high suspicion of handwriting on the wall.
Mọ̀ pé princess mọ Fáṣọlárí ṣe mọ̀ pé mo rí dáadáa ibo ni kéèsì fẹ́ lọ ṣe bí Nàìjíríà ní everybody wà mọ̀ náà ibẹ̀ láti wà náà princess mọ Rájí Fáṣọlárí dáadáa.
Why now tó ṣẹ̀jẹ̀ pé wọ́n wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ wá ń sọ pé kiri kan in which pé àpapọ̀ àti the sentencing and the conviction of Baba Jesha has a very great influence by.
kí ló tó bá mọ̀ pé òun ò ṣèkà kí ló lọ jókòó sí London sí tí wọ́n bá ní pàdánù ní Nàìjíríà kò lè gbé Nàìjíríà mọ̀ bó ṣe wà yẹn ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ fún yẹn obìnrin báwo ọkùnrin ṣe ń ronú yàtọ̀ princess bó ṣe wà yẹn kò lè lọ́mọ tó máa fi jáde láyé first of all any why kò sọkùnrin tó lè fẹ́ obìnrin tó dáa gan màámi máa sọ nígbà when I was young ó lọkùnrin tí ìfẹ́ náà.
Hello, can I talk?
Ta ló fẹ́ bó ṣe wà yẹn ní Nàìjíríà kò lọ àbí ní anywhere gan kò dẹ̀ mọ́ èjì ẹ sọ̀rọ̀ sá.
Àwọn ti lọ láwọn fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ so what I'm saying ni pé all we need for Baba Jesha ni pé ẹ wo my own ni pé there should be a strong campaign tell me about the gbọ́dọ̀ Baba Jesha o that ex-convict should be at least òun gangan ló ní the presidential pardon kì í ṣe àwọn tó ti convict tó ń lọ sí àwọn.
Thank you. Oh.
That the pardon we can ask President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for is to at least erase that. At least, once I say the judge, despite knowing fully well that at least Baba
yeah.
So, but at least immediately it came out, the president announced and declared that he was pardoned for being called ex-convict. So that ex-convict stigma should be erased or taken away from Baba Ijesha, so that the man can have 100% freedom láti achieve nǹkan t'Ọlọ́run ní kó wá ṣe láyé. That is just my own. But all I am saying is I need to hear from Baba Ijesha. That's all. Eshima, thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you for your submission. Ejo.
Gure ti lọ fi gbó sílẹ̀ bàbá.
Baba Gure ti lọ. Thank you very much. Ẹ jẹ́ kí a kúrò lórí.
Ẹ wá ná. Ẹjọ́ ta ló lè sọ̀kan tó tẹ̀lé láàrin FDM àtàwọn tó ń bá jánu flight o, ta ló mọ̀ nǹkan tó tẹ̀lé?
A tún jánu flight ni.
Ó máa tough gidi. FDM lórí èèyàn mẹ́ta.
Ọ̀nyọ̀ ẹ̀ṣẹ́ ni.
Ẹ̀ṣẹ́ gidi màá ní ẹ̀ tí wọ́ọ̀ṣẹ̀. Mo èlé lọ́wọ́ tó ń ṣe ẹ̀kún yìí náà.
Ẹ kí lọ wo. Ìbúlẹ̀ ṣe ẹ̀kún.
This November, November, ó kàn ó.
Ẹ káàárọ̀ everybody.
September, October, November.